Alright, well, welcome to another episode of Schizo Posting. I've been looking at this IPTV stuff further, thanks to this GitHub page that has a curated list of resources for IPTV. It's just got a whole bunch of web apps that are great for streaming IPTV, all the Windows apps, Linux apps, if you run Linux like a legend, all the apps for your iOS phone, Android. If you just look up GitHub, curated list of IPTV resources, you'll find it all. Awesome IP-IPTV is what you'll find it under, on the IPTV-org GitHub. So whilst perusing this, I discovered Ellipto IPTV, a progressive web app to watch M3U, M3U8 playlist with some awesome features. I still haven't made my way through this entire list of different things, but I think this one works really well. Better than Kodi, I would say. It doesn't have the EPG, so the electronic program guide, but the quality and responsiveness of it is really impressive.
By 11 shots. They're in a tie for second here in Adelaide.
That wind is stiffening, you can see by the flag behind the green. Straight right to left now here at 12.
So that was me.
He's been whipping the crowd up at the water.
That was me tapping that and pausing it. That wasn't jittering. Yeah, so all the same channels. It's the same playlist that I mentioned in a previous post. This guy here, he's probably like, why is there so many hits from this one IP address? And his stats for his blog, because I'm constantly like going here to get this link. See, there's the Kodi link for Kodi, because it's very technical. I don't know enough about it, but the way the headers are done in a playlist file can have a big impact on whether the player can actually play it. So that's why there's a couple, like if you look at some of those American lists, apart from the fact they're geo-locked, so you can only watch them if you're in America, and don't get me started on the UK and how fucked up it is. It's like very difficult to find reliable IPTV sources for the UK if you don't live there. I mean, I've got the list, but they just don't work even with a VPN, because they detect that you're on a VPN and they won't let you watch it. Because you've got to have a license you got to have a TV license in the UK. So, do I have my UK one on here? No. Could have sworn I put that on here at some stage. But ellipto iptv.vercel.app. I'll put the link in the description. But very cool Works really well. Doesn't disconnect on you like the Kodi one does a little bit. Especially for ones like the South Park, the 24-hour South Park channel, because there's a short break in between, like while episodes are playing, like
Because I said so.
Dad, Cartman said we're gonna perform.
when ad breaks are on. The Kodi one tries to cut out the ads, but it doesn't resume the video properly sometimes, so you kind of got to refresh the stream. Whereas I find you don't have to do that with this Ellipto IPTV one. I fell asleep last night with it playing, and I woke up this morning and the stream was still playing. So it's pretty reliable.
Perform at the.
Yeah, good quality. Like this one doesn't have a 1080p option, but it works really good.
Monday.
See, it's presented by 10, so
A single moment.
where does the stream come from, I wonder? I could look in the M3U file, but maybe we should do that. Is it a 10 play thing? Is it jacked off their site? Let's have a look.
The suspense is driving me wild, Robert.
7 o'clock tonight on 10 and 10 Play. Stream, 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 stream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is stream, 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 stream. Stream only on Paramount Plus.
Or is it a Paramount Plus one? I don't know. No, it's a Channel 10 stream. 10 play. Because these are the ads that play. And
The only place to watch your favorite couch critics is
so,
on 10.
10, why isn't the South Park channel available on free-to-air TV, like through your antenna on your roof? When you've got dudes like this who are hosting it out of NZ, it would seem, to watch Australian TV. Probably because New Zealand TV must suck, I assume. Maybe that's another one we'll add on here. We've got a New Zealand VPN going.
Hey, what the hell are you guys doing here? This is for mature people only. We got invited too, fat ass. Huh. Well, I guess now
See how it's resumed from the ads without any, any issue.
It seems like we have finally found a city that won't oppress us. First and foremost.
The Nambla episode, very good. We are gonna take a look at here the file. Here we go. So yeah, it is a 10 play stream. So you can watch that on 10 play, it would seem. I've never really used the 10 play app. What channels do they have? I guess a few of them might be jacked from here. Yeah, they must be. They got 8 out of 10 cats, Geordie Shore. So it looks like 10 Play have also got this. But I bet you they've got a bunch of fucking pop-up ads and stuff in there as well, do they? Right, so a lot of these are from the 10 Play site. Except for the Channel 7 stuff, obviously. Yeah, well, there you go. So it's just a way of kind of collecting them all together and viewing them through the one portal, so you don't have to have a million different tabs open for streaming services because they do get a bit RAM hungry.
We're peeling back the layers of time on cities of the underworld. Okinawa. Tunnels of hell.
Yeah. But what I'm most interested about now is I'll put the VPN on, the US based VPN, which if anyone would like a connection to my VPN server, just hit me up in one of whatever ways you know how to contact me. In fact, I'll do it like this. If you become a paying member of the blog, it comes with a free VPN. Actually, I'll give you probably one for the UK as well. Um, $5 a month, and you get a VPN that's, well, let's just check out the. Actually, I've got stuff streaming in the lounge room, but let's see what a speed test does through the American VPN. This is just set up on a VPS server of Volta. It's not like getting NordVPN or whatever, because those kinds are still inspecting your traffic for sure. And you don't get this type of performance out of them. Yeah, see, I've got 1080p stuff streaming in the lounge room as well. So I was getting like 250 last night. I probably didn't have so much other stuff streaming around the house, but yeah, there's plenty of bandwidth for some other people. This is all kind of limited a bit anyway, so um, you get your slice of the big pie and bandwidth kind of thing. But yeah, check out this US TV, so which uh, you can find the M3U playlist link on IPTV-org GitHub webpage. You can see groups by country. You've got all the different countries and their IPTV channel links here. As I said, you do need a VPN for some of them, but it seems some countries are worse than others. Like, I wonder if Palestine are geo-locking their stuff. Let's have a look. See this, and this is how easy it is to set up. I think that's how you spell Palestine, isn't it? I'm not sure. rely so much on spell check these days. I don't know how to spell anymore. You can get Al Jazeera here. What's this one? Yeah, they might be geo-locked as well. So again, it might need a VPN for some of these things. Which, I mean, you got to ask yourself why are these streaming services like news channel streaming services locking themselves down to just their country? And well, my theory is that they don't want you seeing what the campaigns that they're running on the public um, from a different country because they're herding sheep in a way and or cattle as it were. Um, and the news is one of the ways they do that. So let's have a look. Have we got ABC News available to us? The US. I was watching it the other night. There's so many news channels though. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe not. We got religious channels, which a great break from the bullshit
Needing
that they
some
play
help
on
and actually
TV.
going to a pregnancy care center, counseling type thing. And I actually went with them to that center. And I was thinking, what would their mother do? You know, because they
Right.
didn't want to tell their parents about it. So I was sort of the adult that they had. And let me tell you, I happened to go to this center, and they were so compassionate. And I learned so much on how to approach somebody without shaming them. On how to explain to them what the abortion is going to entail. I mean, they went to great detail. It was heartbreaking, and then they went to giving this person option on what this young lady could do, and you know, maybe this is how God feels when we do a decision that breaks His heart. And to this day, I'll never forget when this person, because the pressure of the guy, decided after all this, after all the evidences. Decided to go ahead and do it. They were too afraid to live and to face their parents and face their church, and they had that abortion. And I felt like a failure, actually. I remember thinking,
And the news will have you thinking that abortions are a good thing, but until you have to actually do one, or you make the choice to do one, and then realize after the fact in hindsight, like, what have I done? These feminists screaming for like our body, our rights, or whatever. I know the same thing. Some of the anti-vaxxers were screaming basically. Um, yeah, it's good. It's refreshing to see a TV channel that talks about it the way that I now feel about it. In that it's like it's not a good thing. Abortion. Um, it should be there for maybe a medical purpose. But not for any Tom, Dick, or Harry just to fucking get rid of their weekend mistake or whatever.
has a doubt that this is happening
Um,
within the church, within our
but
church.
we're getting off topic here. Um, I was watching this channel, this Dare to Dream religious network, which they got their telephone number here, like you can call in, which gives me an idea that maybe I might start my own television network at some point. Um, I've already got the cloud PBX all set up and ready to take calls. I just don't have the cameras or the. I need a better server actually. Um, so um, you can see what some of the churches do with their money that they get. That people are like, oh, they get all this money. It's just a big rort. It's like, I don't know, they seem to use it pretty well, some of them, like starting a TV network. Pretty cool. There's another one here. And this just seems to work so much better than Kodi for IPTV streaming.
Back home, Calvary, the blood.
Yeah, so it's pretty reliable. The US channels are still a little bit hit and miss. But using this Ellipto IPTV app, I'm having much greater success in like wading through what's actually worth watching. Oh, there's a Jamie Oliver channel. I love watching cooking shows. Um, of course, when I do the stream, it starts fucking out. But I've been watching Black Jesus, the Adult Swim show, which if you haven't seen, you really, really want to watch this show. If your favorite movies growing
Punk
up
ass had
were,
this system worked out to when he ain't pay shit for cable. The complex made him sign up through his account. That way he got all the.
you know, Friday or what's that other one? Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. If these are the movies you grew up on, you'll love Black Jesus. It's got the dad from Friday in it. I can't remember his name. It's got Charlie Murphy in it. It's an Adult Swim show, which we don't get over here, I don't think. Maybe cable TV on the Cartoon Network, they used to have Adult Swim on at night time, but Adult Swim is a great set of TV shows, and these all work great in this Ellipto TV. They're just as good as watching it from the Adult Swim website. Or dare I say it, they're better than the Adult Swim streaming website. Which, of course, with your American VPN that you can get for $5 a month, through someone who's not going to go through your logs.
devices? Morty, you're making a big.
Who's not going to go through your logs, like me. In fact, probably intend on making the logs disappear of everything, but it's all encrypted anyway, so good luck.
And, you know, I'm not talking about them. And over here, my dear, you can undress right here on this X. You know, don't, you know, gotta be on that spot. And, you know, you gotta do it there. So when can we plan on you moving in?
Look, we really need to discuss this.
No,
So yeah, you'd have access. It's just, this is all this stream is anyway. They just jack the
Really feel
URL.
safe here. I think it's perfect.
You think it's perfect? I think it's perfecter. Check out that hole in the floor.
It's so old world. Did you know pooping standing up is chic?
Get a hold of yourself. We're ready to make an offer.
It smells like hot garbage pizza.
Let's just pay the asking price. Cash.
$5 a month, and you get access to a VPN, which will allow you to watch all this stuff, and support from me to get it all set up. Should you need some help with it, but it's pretty simple, and with these resources, actually it becomes quite fun to stumble across stuff like VidGrid, which I wish we had this for COVID, like during COVID, so you can keep an eye on, because everyone was glued to the news during COVID, right? Well, you can stay super glued to the fucking news with this app.
But we do know that things haven't been going very well for Rachel Reeves, as you alluded to previously, and the Express is pointing to their survey, which says that 15% of the public think that Reeves is doing a good job, just 15%.
I mean, this front page, I think, in fact, perfectly encapsulates the difficulty that Reeves is in, because it says at the same time that 67% of people are against axing the winter fuel payments. This was a
firing of some nuclear safety workers, and now facing a new challenge as they try to do that.
BionicFloodlight.com. So call 1-800-324-1614. That's 1-800-324-1614.
You just swap to the audio of whatever one you want. I think you can even design different layouts. But yeah, it's interesting to watch news from a different country. See what they're saying to their people.
One of the flats that will have a similar view to the one that Eden was staying in.
And if you're like full schizo about it, the vidgrid.tk.gg will help you watch multiple news sources at once and be able to kind of flick off when they are talking too much bullshit.
Scenes like this one in Kentucky. Entire neighborhoods submerged from flooding rains. Tonight, some 64
about floods in America.
weather alerts from Nebraska to Maine. 20 million are at risk for severe weather from East Texas to Georgia. And some folks in that area could even get strong tornadoes. We'll have the latest forecast in just a minute, but we begin with Maya Eaglin in the storm zone in New York State.
Point, I realized I was entirely dependent on Bader for food and shelter, and that if I ran away, he could easily find my location. And since I was illegal, I would have just been deported to Saudi.
One of the things I particularly remember is
a lot of you girls might be deported to Saudi. If shit starts getting much worse with China around here. What with them owning all the country. But yeah, from this iptv.org/iptv GitHub page, you just look for United States and grab that link to the M3U file, the playlist file. You go to Ellipto, and I'll leave these links in the notes. I think it'll be a bit more concise than last time. That was my first time trying to write a how-to article for people who probably don't fuck with how-to articles too much. Yeah, so you just hit manage, add the link, add playlist from remote URL, give it a name like IPTV-USA, which I've already got it added here, so I'm not going to add that, but I'm just trying to show you how easy it is. Should you have the VPN to watch it. Yeah, shout out to this Matt Husman, whose blog I stumbled across for the original Australian links, which work really great. I don't know if he wrote them himself, the M3U8 files, but it looks like he's got another article here on how to access Samsung Plus channels. But you need a Docker container and some software that is paid for, I believe. DVR service is not free. There's lots of ones you can pay for. And I guess technically you're paying for a VPN connection for the stuff in America. But I feel like that's still cheaper than a lot of these applications. And I don't although I run a couple of servers, I'm kind of at capacity at the moment. I've got a little bit of space to test new stuff out, but some of this IPTV stuff can be pretty process intensive. If you just check if you've ever tried to run Plesk, you'll realize how fucking good your computer needs to be to properly transcode that shit. So you need a decent computer to be able to do it. Let's turn the VPN off for a second. And we'll go back to the Australian channels. Like, the Australian channels are geo-locked, so only Australia can access them as well. Most of them. Let's have a look. There was what I found pretty impressive was the Sky Racing channels are available on here. So you
Last of them
don't have to go to the
assembling
pub for
down
a
there at the
punt.
barriers, then they'll commence the loading process. Jafina is the favourite here, $1.65 solid effort.
Not that I do any punting these days, but Channel 9, I like to watch this in the morning.
Would you pick a number for
While
me?
I'm taking a shit.
I could use
Because
all the luck I can.
all of this works on your phone as well. If you just go back to our curated list of apps, they've got all players for Linux. I've tried a couple of these players for Linux, but I reckon this Ellipto one still is the best. It doesn't glitch out as much, doesn't disconnect on you in the same way that some of the others do. Can you run Kodi on Android? Oh yeah, on those Android set-top boxes. You can, yeah. Or Android TVs, yeah. So if you got an Apple TV, like a friend of someone in the family's got Apple TVs, you can add this to your Apple TV. Just get one of these apps, and you'll then have all those extra streaming channels. Looks like that one costs money. I would recommend actually the one I showed you in my previous post. What's it called? Because there's an app for that. It's called IPTV Live. Which I don't know how to search the App Store here. So anyway, if you're an Apple TV user, we got you covered as well apparently. An Xbox One player. Lots of different providers here. Now I know why so many houses around this area have fucking big satellite dishes out the back. Because you can get the coordinates to tune your satellite into overseas TV channels. A lot of them are all dilapidated and fucked and not kept in working order. The satellites I see around this area, but yeah, there is Middle Eastern people around here, and Africans, Argentina, like, free TV. There we go. We got the position on here. Let me make this a bit bigger so you can see. So they've got the positions for you to be able to get these channels. So I just kind of want to get I want to get a satellite dish now, so I can play around with it. But I've got some DVB sticks that we used for some software-defined radio testing laying about, so I can, if I get the right antenna, I can get it connected to that. But it works good. Ellipdote IPTV.versel.app. That's 24-hour channels.
Got a framing gun here I'm trying to point on.
Alright, let's go. It ain't holding no compression, big man.
You said what?
You said what? Yeah. It's not holding up the pressure, my man. Yeah, the South Park channels, which I noticed weren't working the greatest on Kodi, work fantastically on here. Where you have these short little ad breaks, because you have these short little ad breaks because it's on it's jacked from 10 play. And it seems on Kodi they've tried to use an add-on to block the ads so you don't see it. So, but in doing so, it doesn't reconnect when the stream starts again. So I can deal with a little bit of ads, when I'm just in a fuck it mode and just laying on the bed watching something on the laptop. You don't have to think too hard about what to put on.
What did you think?
Well, frankly, Mr. Garrison, we don't know if the Hurricane Romance label is appropriate for you.
Oh, why not?
Mr. Garrison, are you aware that the word penis occurs 6,083 times in your novel?
Well, I'm sure there's lots of naughty words. It is a romance novel.
No, I don't think that this book really qualifies as a romance novel.
No?
Yeah, funny shit. Yeah, there's movie channels in America. Let me turn the VPN back on. There's lots of movie channels available. 24-hour movies, classic movie channels. The Black Cinema one didn't work for me the other day, and I love black movies. Again, growing up with maybe Minnesota South Central and whatnot, and it's the type of cinema I like. So I'm annoyed about that one. Wish that one worked. These don't seem to work, I think.
Who has access to the kitchen? Galley? What? It's called a galley, not a kitchen? Right. Well, who has access to the galley? Well, anyone really. It's not like it's locked. But it's...
Yeah. So works pretty good. If you yeah, as I said, if you sign up for the $5 a month subscription, like membership fee for the blog, I'll hook you up with a VPN. And any other cool shit that I kind of come across. Unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth to share my server with you completely at the moment. But we're getting better. We're getting better in Australia with our bandwidth. it is a gigabit connection, so which I have managed to achieve the full gigabit link when I had a MikroTik CHR router set up in Volta, Melbourne location. I guess because it's so close, you're not getting throttled at some of the backbone points. But I was able to achieve full gigabit speed using a MikroTik from here. The MikroTik bandwidth test, because speedtest.net is a bit of a joke. It's not a real good analysis of the capacity of the connection, because they've got to have the bandwidth available to even do the test. So yeah, fuck 10 playoff, so you don't have to look at all this extra bullshit. Oh yeah, because I got the VPN on, see? No, they don't want you watching this shit. If you're outside the country, you gotta watch your own brainwashing system, apparently. Well, I say no. Get yourself a VPN. And like if NordVPN, if you've already got that shit, or ExpressVPN, what do they cost a month? I just don't really trust them as being secure. They might help you route your connection around a bit, but I don't think these things are secure. Setting up, yeah, look at that, $5 a month. Yeah. So, I'll hook you up with a US-based VPN for $5 a month. Just sign up to my website, and I'll give you other cool tips like VidGrid.
top Israeli
Like,
officials for talks.
have you got a TV at work? Like, I'm sure I remember the control center at the last place I wanted to work at. This is exactly what they wanted, and I didn't know about this then. Like, they wanted something for the news to be playing all the time, and multiple sources of it. So yeah, there's a free app, guys. It's called vidgrid.tk.gg. And you don't need a VPN for that. That's just that's open. Those are approved news channels to be sharing, I assume. Yeah. So maybe we'll cut it off there. See what they're doing on the religious network.
Very, very simple, quick and easy. We have our walnuts here, and we put them in the food processor. We have our carrot powder. Carrot is a fabulous substitute for chocolate. It is...
Yeah. Yeah, well, I wonder how religious this network is if she's throwing up the 666, but there was a good, as I said, there was a good one that I was watching on Friday afternoon. It was just, it was like a Bible study thing with a few people, and some interviews with some young black men that had found God that used to smoke Philly blunts, as they said. Yeah, look, see, I've got these you've got so many local news channels in America. What was I watching the other day?
By a judicial coup. Joining me this hour is our Deputy Political Director, Joe St. George from Washington. And Joe, you hear folks in the media, certainly folks in politics, talk about a constitutional crisis. A lot of times it's overblown, a lot of times it's not warranted, but it seems like maybe we are getting into the territory where you can say that without bloviating too hard.
I think that's a perfect setup, right? And bloviating may be the perfect verb in this particular instance, but it's certainly something that deserves a.
Yeah, so you can get alternative viewpoints by watching news from different places. If you just can't be fucked searching for something to watch, which actually you end up searching for shit to watch, yeah. But I mean,
Come on.
Channel 10 have done a pretty good job with their streaming site, it would seem. Good enough for someone else to jack on those streams.
I'm about to rock you. What? What is it, baby?
You know I want this to work, right?
Check out this Black Jesus show. It's really fucking funny. That would be my tip of the week. And yeah, if you want 1969 channels available to you, some of them don't work. Let's be honest. But most of them kind of do. The Adult Swim stuff does, so that's pretty much the type of shit that I watch anyway. So you can throw Rick and Morty on. They got the animated channel, which is just different shows playing. It's not 24 hours of the same show.
Black Astronaut Dynamite! Come in, Black Astronaut Dynamite! Oh, shit! Don't you die on me!
No. So, yeah, check it out. Rick and Morty. Everyone loves Rick and Morty playing in the background. Just have your mind blown.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Oh boy, I envy you. Okay, it was about 754 years ago.
Oh, hey, Morty. Have you met my buddy Scropon?
Not again, Rick. That last guy droned on for 20 minutes, you know? And meanwhile, the whole house is being destroyed.
Oh, Morty, this guy's entire planet was destroyed. Have a little perspective. Hey, Rick! Squanchy party, bro!
Squanchy!
Squanchy, you can squanch wherever you want, man. Mi casa es a su casa, dog. All right! I like your squanch.
Rick, what exactly is squanching?
Yeah. Big mushroom walking by in the background. Hilarious. This show is so good when you watch it. See, the Australian adult animation one, oh, it's not going to work because I got the VPN connected for America.
Back then.
I know. What's up with that?
They just keep playing Daria on it. And it's like, that's not adult fucking animation. Adult Swim is adult animation. So, yeah, check it out if you want a VPN and some other good shit. What else have I got? Yeah, join the site. If people join the site, I'll actually put some more effort into doing shit like this, because I'm constantly researching things, and I can probably save you a whole bunch of time, if you just want some kind of cool tool to do something. I've been figuring out how to utilize projects on GitHub, and there's this one called Media CMS. So we could start our own YouTube and where you could talk about the Jays without being shut down pretty easily. if you have a quick look at the demo site, like this is early BitChute kind of thing. Like you could easily host it yourself if you wanted to. I got a whole bunch of those COVID videos that need to go somewhere, so if I pick up a cheap server at some point, or happen to come across one for free through work, I might set up this media CMS, and then everyone, if you've got questionable content that you want to, well, you weren't allowed to post the COVID shit anyway. You still can't post it anywhere without getting your account fucking banned, basically. We could actually start a site where people could upload their content to it. Probably end up getting heart attack gunned or something, or suicided. But who gives a fuck? What are we here for? Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it there, I guess. Check out the IPTV channels that I put in the description below this video. Peace out.